Okay, Coach. Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Come on, set. 18 Gator. Recon, 132 fighter. Back. Hit it.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he will find his man on the outside. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
First down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And that's about the easiest decline call you'll ever have right there.
Well, it leads me to one of my pet peeves, and maybe peeves is too strong of a word, but if you're going to jump off sides, finish the play. Make sure the play ends. Don't jump off sides and stop, because you see the net result here. If you go ahead and finish the play, you don't give up that type of yardage.
The first down run with Bell as he'll get about 6 there. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. Bell sheds him off, and he works free, and he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So they get the ball on the opening drive. They take it in for the score.
And how about setting the tone right away? Everyone talks about wanting to do that, but you always hear it in every locker room. First 5 minutes of the game, who's going to set the tone? Who's going to take control? Guess who just did?
Well, now on the next drive, when you score that quickly or you're scored that quickly again, you probably feel like you need to respond.
Yeah, without a doubt. In other words, you've actually put the pressure even more so on your opponent.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Avery Williamson, the Jets' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 32-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
25, check 25, check 25. You go to the 54, go to 54.
That would carry for the big fella. This is Jameis Olawale. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
20! And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Forbath, the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Hey, Delta, let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Mark 55, Mark 55. You don't know no better. Check 13, check 13. Let's go.
Here's 2nd and 8. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's a gain of 23 yards. That's good for a Jets first down.
Let's go now. 60 outlaws. 13 score. Hey, back up. Let's get off the field, D. Bang, bang, bang. Lee Griffin.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Let's go.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. 7-7, our score after 1.
The score tied 7-7.
Go! 10 logo. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
2nd and 14. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Block it. 52, slams. Hey, Sam off. Hit it.
He'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth.
A big gain on the play. It's fourth down.
48 Mike. 48 Mike. Snap.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Tighten up. Pull it together. Check 37. Check 37. Then we're going to 53. Patch it. Then we go 47. Under 10. Under. Here we go. Going to 54. Going to 54. Right.
Elliott. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
That's what I'm talking about.
For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League.
Here we go, 46. Got to do better. Come on, QB, come on. Hey, watch this, watch this. 26.
On third down, Elliott. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Check 24. Check 24.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Got his target, Pierre Garçon. A gain of 6 there on first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Undercut. We're going to 54. Right here. 26.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and now it's second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Pass on target, Prescott to Cooper. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 41-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
What quick? What? Hey, kill. 47. SOS. Gun. Check. Shift.
First down, Prescott. He's going to look end zone here for Cooper. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
By the end of last year, Herndon had solidified himself as the primary tight end for New York. And overall, second leading receiver in 2018 on the team behind Robbie Anderson. Backed his 39 catches. Most blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hey, Haywood. Hey, lock it. Get it.
2nd and long. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Ready? 70, Indy. Hey, high 7.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
Hey, that's good. Hard.
Alert 3.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards.
Down. And Tusa. Hey, Wahoo. Hey, check right. Watching you five. So we got man. Let's go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He gets it to Thomas. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. A gain of 6 there on first. 2nd and 4. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make take it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll run with Elliott. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On third down, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. But he used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll lead here to a third down.
60 Pittsburgh. Greystone, travel.
I got you.
Hey, Charlie.
He's checking crowd. Jack!
Now.
Jack, go now.
Now.
They'll set up a throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that third down pass. Brings up fourth. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Here we go.
Hey, 1, 2.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quentin Williams brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Switch.
We're going to 54.
Now Elliott. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Third and long for Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked there by Avery Williamson, the linebacker.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Crowder now to return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. Back to throw here. Oh, nice move. Caught here by Bell. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Hey, here we go.
Hey, Echo. Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Check 50, check 50. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
We're going to 54, why ain't?
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Jumper, 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 jumper. Check, 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 check.
10th carry now for Elliott. Give him 8, maybe 9, but they're still left with a 3rd and long upcoming. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Prescott from the gun on third. Complete to Jason Witten. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it.
First down, Cowboys.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
We're going to 54. Where I am.
A first down carry by Elliott. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
On second down and 4, Prescott steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And a little floater there is incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And it's 3rd and 4. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
Here's Prescott. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And all the way down to the 5. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now they'll let Olawale have a crack at it. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. And a timeout taken. Just 6 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This defense wanted to stop the clock prior to that, and they do. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Watch out. Tie it right.
We're going to 53.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Watch out. Check.
26.
They'll try to sweep with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, we don't like the 48.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, box truck.
2nd and 10. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's where Crowder makes his hay in the slot. Jets hoping to see more of that going forward. He signed with him in March after the last 4 seasons being in Washington. Had 3 pretty good years, then sort of tailed off last season due in large part to an ankle injury. Now back to throw. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards that time. They'll drop the throw. Now a desperation throw deep. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And the Cowboys are able to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They go to Elliott again. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
In on the stop that time, Terrell Basham. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Nathan Shepard a 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game?